English News Learning System, Level 2.
Repeat after me.
Ukraine's stunning incursion into Russia's Kursk border region. Ukraine's stunning incursion into Russia's Kursk border region was a bold gamble for the country's military commanders. Was a bold gamble for the country's military commanders who committed their limited resources to a risky assault on a nuclear-armed enemy. To a risky assault on a nuclear-armed enemy. With no assurance of success. With no assurance of success. After the first signs of progress. After the first signs of progress. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky broke his silence. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky broke his silence and spelled out Kyiv's daily advances. And spelled out Kyiv's daily advances to his war-weary public. To his war-weary public. By Wednesday, Ukrainian officials said. By Wednesday, Ukrainian officials said. They controlled 1,000 square kilometers of enemy territory. They controlled 1,000 square kilometers of enemy territory.
Repeat after me.
Russia is scrambling to shore up its defenses. Russia is scrambling to shore up its defenses. More than a week into Ukraine's shock lightning attack. More than a week into Ukraine's shock lightning attack. Across the border on the southern Kursk region. Across the border on the southern Kursk region. U.S. officials told CNN. U.S. officials told CNN that Russia has diverted thousands of troops. That Russia has diverted thousands of troops from occupied territory inside Ukraine to counter the threat. From occupied territory inside Ukraine to counter the threat. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has had to bring in conscripts. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has had to bring in conscripts. Backpedaling on a promise he made. Backpedaling on a promise he made. Not to use them on the front line. Not to use them on the front line.
Repeat after me.
The fast food value meal wars are far from over. The fast food value meal wars are far from over. McDonald's $5 meal deal. McDonald's $5 meal deal. Wendy's breakfast bundles. Wendy's breakfast bundles. And Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings box. And Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings box. kicked off the cost-cutting competition about 2 months ago. Kicked off the cost-cutting competition about 2 months ago. As the cost of eating out continues to increase. As the cost of eating out continues to increase. Rising 4.1% in July, compared to July 2023. Rising 4.1% in July, compared to July 2023. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. More fast food chains have added value menus. More fast food chains have added value menus. To woo customers leery of rising prices. To woo customers leery of rising prices.
Repeat after me.
America's top central banker has unambiguously signaled that America's top central banker has unambiguously signaled that lower interest rates are finally on the horizon. Lower interest rates are finally on the horizon. Marking a crucial milestone. Marking a crucial milestone. For the Federal Reserve's historic and, so far, successful inflation fight. For the Federal Reserve's historic and, so far, successful inflation fight. The time has come for policy to adjust. The time has come for policy to adjust. We will do everything we can. We will do everything we can to support a strong labor market. To support a strong labor market. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said in prepared remarks for his keynote speech. In prepared remarks for his keynote speech at an annual gathering of central bankers and economists. At an annual gathering of central bankers and economists. In Jackson Hole, Wyoming. In Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Repeat after me.
Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah on Sunday launched. Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah on Sunday launched their heaviest exchange of fire. Their heaviest exchange of fire. After months of strikes and counter-strikes. After months of strikes and counter-strikes that have raised fears of an all-out war. That have raised fears of an all-out war. By mid-morning, it appeared. By mid-morning, it appeared. The exchange of fire had ended. The exchange of fire had ended. With both sides saying. With both sides saying. They had only aimed at military targets. They had only aimed at military targets. The Israeli strikes killed 3 militants in Lebanon. The Israeli strikes killed 3 militants in Lebanon. While there were no reports of casualties on the Israeli side. While there were no reports of casualties on the Israeli side. But the situation remained tense. But the situation remained tense.
Repeat after me.
A team of paleontologists found matching dinosaur footprints. A team of paleontologists found matching dinosaur footprints. On what are now 2 different continents. On what are now 2 different continents. Separated by thousands of miles of ocean. Separated by thousands of miles of ocean. The footprints, dating back to the early Cretaceous period. The footprints, dating back to the early Cretaceous period. Were found in Brazil and in Cameroon. Were found in Brazil and in Cameroon. Researchers wrote in a study published Monday. Researchers wrote in a study published Monday by the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science. By the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science. The discovery shows. The discovery shows. Where land-dwelling dinosaurs were able to cross freely. Where land-dwelling dinosaurs were able to cross freely. Between South America and Africa. Between South America and Africa. Before the 2 continents split apart millions of years ago. Before the 2 continents split apart millions of years ago.